What's up, YouTube? I'm back with another video. It's been a while since I've been able to upload videos, make videos, but I wanted to get back on here and talk about a really special camera. Even when you're in New York City, in a quiet place like parts of Queens, it is still New York City. But I'm back on here with the channel to talk about a very special camera that I just picked up off of Facebook Marketplace. I got a decent price on it. I probably could have found it cheaper if I was more patient, but I got this beautiful Fuji X10, a now 2011 camera. That's now 13 years old from the time of this recording. And first impressions are, I gotta say, this thing is just wow. It is beautiful. It is small. It has an optical viewfinder, that beautiful rangefinder style. It has this really cool mechanism for turning on and off, where you twist the lens to turn it on, and you go between a range of 28 millimeters up to 112 millimeters on an f2 to 2.8 stop aperture, which is really impressive considering that you have that kind of range on a very tiny body. Like, it's a manual lens, so I can show you here. You can zoom in and out. Now it's off. With a small twist, you can now turn it on. So it's a really neat digital camera, but also has that, it's somewhere between a digicam that had become extremely popular and the bigger type camera that you're used to sort of having around your neck for travel or photo shoots. And it sits right there. It's like right in the middle. So this is the perfect kind of camera to take around and travel. But those are my first impressions, and I'll get a little deeper into some of the things I've been noticing as I shoot more of this. Okay, I'm back. I've been shooting with the Fuji X10 for about 2 days now. I've talked about the overall first impressions, and I'm going to be sharing a few images here in the vlog and video about the camera. And I wanted to just go into a little more detail about some of the things I really love about this, can't believe it, 13-year-old camera. But first, starting with the size, if you are a big fan of the rangefinder style, your X100Vs, your X Pro 2 look, your XE4 look, then this is definitely right up your alley. I have the Fuji X10 here, and you can see how it just completely hides behind already this incredibly small body. So just for size comparison, check that out. It's like X10. It almost feels like this completely, or rather the X10 completely dwarfs the X10 when you hold it in your hand. I mean, I have pretty small hands, and it just fits right there in the palm of your pocket, which is incredible. So, I mean, I shoot daily with the X10 with a 27mm lens on it, and that's my portable camera, but I think this officially takes the cake for my now most portable Fuji lens. Speaking of the lens, this is a smaller sensor. I believe it's a CMOS 2/3 sensor on this, again, 13-year-old camera. So if you're expecting, you know, the sharpest images, something along the lines of a X100V, definitely don't expect that. This is not what this is built for. This is definitely your middle ground between a film camera and your modern digital cameras, like I sort of mentioned in my first impressions. And I think that's kind of what brings this X10 or rather it gives it its character, right? If you're going in expecting incredibly crisp, sharp images in the year 2024, this is definitely not going to satisfy you, and you're going to feel a little disappointed by it. But if you are into slower, more intentional shooting, kind of like I am at times, even though I am a fast-paced street photographer, I like to capture, quick scenes or interesting people on the streets of New York. This can do that, but it's just going to be a little bit slower, and it's going to be, not the fast kind of autofocus sensors that we have in today's kind of standard lineup of Fujifilm. So just kind of bear that in mind. It is really flexible in terms of its offerings. So it has that really cool, again, twist mechanical, or rather manual zoom, all the way from a 28 mil up to 112 millimeters. So super cool in terms of its flexibility for what you're able to capture. I shot a little bit at night yesterday. Again, do not expect this thing to perform optimally in night settings. It's not going to be that kind of camera. I would highly suggest not even use the ISO past 800 on this. Maybe 1600 might be pushing a little bit, but I would definitely set this to auto 800 in terms of your ISO, and primarily use this for scenery during the day, or when you have just optimal lighting conditions. So nighttime street photographers, definitely be cautious when using this to shoot your street photography at night. But if you do need that extra bump or that sort of flash look, check this out, guys. Super cool. I mean, you got the flash pop-up right there that comes up from the side button, and it's just, wow, it's just super sleek to have a, all metal construction, cool to the touch, feels extremely well built. And then to have that pop-up flash when you need it, just to get that look or that little bit of extra light in a scene, man, that's just honestly an added bonus. And I'm excited to kind of shoot some wide angle flash photography with this. So yeah, I guess those are my honest opinions about this after shooting it for 2 days. I've been shooting Fujifilm for the last 8 years or so, and I've always had my eye on this camera. And it's definitely going to sit in my pocket or in my collection as my kind of fun walk around, potentially travel camera to just bring around. And because of the portability is just insane on it. So there are a lot of more in-depth reviews of this camera now that it's been out for such a long time. But I really just want to give my opinions and thoughts on a camera that is now 13 years old in 2024. It's got everything you need to shoot great images. Again, I'll hopefully edit in some of my straight out of camera shots that I got out of here. 12 megapixel images. Oh yeah, it's got the optical viewfinder, so you can see me in there. It's got all the bells and whistles of a traditional film camera, but you got that flexibility of that digital JPEGs and RAWs. And I mean, come on, that's just cool. That's just dope that you can turn on the camera that way with a twist of the lens and turn it off just as simply. So that has been my very quick, honest opinion of the Fuji X10 from 2011. The date of this recording, 13-year-old camera, and shooting it with it has been, if I could sum it up, TLDR, you get this camera because you want that classic old school Fujifilm experience. Don't come into this buying this camera thinking you're gonna get the top quality, sharpest images. This is the kind of camera where you get it for the experience, and the images come out with just that character, right? That almost even just looks like film coming straight out of camera. And I haven't messed with the raw edit files on this yet, but apparently the raws are very, very good on this, and you can really push them and edit them to your liking. But you have the JPEG simulations on it, very limited, but you got Provia, you got Velvia, you got Astia, and you got a couple black and whites. Wish it had Acros, but that's just, you know, way before its time. So yeah, those are my thoughts, guys. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. But I just got really jazzed about picking this cool guy up. So I'll talk to y'all whenever I get another camera or talk about another one, I guess. So thank you.